tell you a story about this two lamp post and lamp shade type stories and that. One day these lights were magical. They possessed ability that no other. They thought that everyone was against them every single day. And the people were in uproar once the magic had faded. One day, another person, or two people, wished for peace and one wished for happiness and joyfulness. And with that, these two lights, lamp and lampshade, let us say, reappeared to restore hope. And they wish it would come true, and everything happened. Everyone's calm and happy, and there's no war at all. But there was one thing added to it. Loads and loads of magic. But now it's time to move on to our next story. This little horrible torch has another story to it. So let's begin. Did you know this horrible torch has a magic of its own and slightly different to the other two? This one can reach goals. This one has got a genie inside it. So what happens is, one day, one of my bestest friends was so sad they came along to the beach one day and they didn't know what to do because they were doing something towards being harassed and put to the limit by people nagging at that one specific person. But what they didn't know is that he found this portable charger / magic torch. So what he did is brought it home, cleaned it up, put it in charge thinking it would work for his phone and see in the dark. But what he didn't know is when it was fully charged, he put his phone in charge so it would work, and it did. And his phone turned into a car for 3 seconds, transformed back to normal. It was unplugged. But when it intended low enough to see if that would work on the torch, 3 times he tested it, and the genie came out and said you can have about 25 fridges. And he had all his 25 fridges come true. She lived happily ever after. This little light that you see, plugged in, has a different story to the other day. Stories of the two lamps and the torch. This one's slightly different, so here we go. This little light that I was plugged in, and this story goes very well. This one belonged to a well-known traveller from my family anyway. I don't think I've anyone else that knows the best about this other person, but his name was called G-Man Salem. He liked to do all sorts of things, play games, singing, dancing, clapping his hands, and loads and loads of adventures. But one day he stumbled across a very dark cave, and then that's what we know, he disappeared and he never came back, and the only thing that was left was this little type lamp of a light that's plugged into my device. So let's move on to the next one. This different one is called the Reindeer Happy Disco Ball. I'm going to tell you the story of it. So here we go. This happened one evening when one person was very happy who started to sing and praise to God, saying, well, I'm tired of people dying, and I'm gonna return this wild inclusion star, so I can stop people from dying. And this person said, wished for people not to die. Even though the effects have fallen off over the years, and it still glows forever and ever. This magical rainbow has lost its magic, but its light still shines, as you see. But this boy's wish waxed and came to this rainbow and stopped people from dying, and they lived for loads and loads and loads of years. Until one day, when it hit 2010, we worked all up until 19, worked all the way from, let's say, the 10s, all up to the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, all up until 2010. That's when the magic slowly faded, and people started to die and get ill, never to be seen again. But there's still hope left, and there's wishing that this ball, Wendy ball, we're gonna wish one more time to keep everyone alive without dying. This next origin story I'm going to tell you is remarkably different to all the others that I spoke about. So here we go. One day, this specific light came down to a specific kid for Christmas, because his family used to bully him quite a lot, and his friends were laughing at him and calling him nasty self names like Beetle Breath and Snotty Head and other things like that. He got to a point where he was upset because he was just different to all the others. But one day Santa gave him his wish by giving him a silver sunlight to call him when he was in need, when other people bullied him. And over the year, Santa helped him out constantly to get through his sadness, and helped him out. And then one day, that young man was getting called his names, stopped getting called his names eventually, and he went out with his girlfriend called Mare Manor. And they lived happily ever after. I'll tell you the origins of this story, of this specific light. So here we go. This specific lamp has an originatic story to it. One day, this boy that was living alone, had no friends or family, was sad. But then all of a sudden, after years and years of wishing to this lamp for certain things, it can change colour constantly. Until the one was at least came true. And in the year 1997, that it came true. All the colours started with one, which was green, blue and red. And then, all of a sudden, his family reappeared, and the family never had. And then they went from green, blue and red to yellow, purple, black and white, and boom, there was his friends. So he was happy that he's had his friends and family that he got, all thanks to this magical LED lamp that granted his wish like no tomorrow. So, don't cry no more, cheer up, little lad. because I'm fed up of people being sad. The end of the origin stories for you guys, because it would have been nonsense to one another and help people in a different way. Hope you guys enjoyed.